What's up, world, and welcome to our show, Cuzzo Convo. We're your hosts, Renaissance Ronnie
and Mo Lovely. We're here to have an open dialogue about all things Black reality TV, highlighting positivity and giving out real life accountability checks.
So grab your seat and whatever you need, because we about to dig in.
What's going on, world, and welcome back to another episode of Cuzzo Convo. We be trying to be in sync, so that's why I put a pause. Anyway, for those of you that are joining us for the very first time, welcome. And for those of you that are back, hey, this thing Cuzzo. What's up? So, of course, we are here to hit it off with the love and marriage they say, baby. Giving that on that go-go beat. But none of them are from DC. So, anyway.
Does the transitions have like go-go beats? I can't remember because I know on
Potomac. Like they're trying, but I'm like, y'all should have just called like Red Essence Backyard. Like, I mean, they just should have called some folks. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, so I think, well, no, I'm sorry. Let me retract. I'm not going to say that none of them are in DC. None of them live in DC, but
we do believe that Raina
that Jamie. Yeah, I still don't know about Arena, but Jamie for sure. Like he sounds like he's from Southeast. Southside.
He probably is.
He probably is. So anyway, let's go ahead. Let's jump right on in. So I think, so obviously, you know, we love starting with positive. So I would I would like to say that I did love seeing Monique and Ashley, you know, have a nice sit down with themselves and talk about marital woes. They are real.
Yeah. So
her being able to them to be able to connect on that level and just, you know, talk about some real life stuff when it comes to marriage. It's real, you know, when you definitely feel that your husband, this is the thing, I think, like when you see great in your husband, and even when your husband might be at the peak of, because I think that Chris and Quick, you know, they're coming from kind of two different worlds. But they've both seen success, right? So with Chris being a football player in the past, and then with Quick still being this outstanding, phenomenal DJ. So, you know, being in that atmosphere, you have now a husband that is an ex-football player. And so his life has dramatically changed when it comes to success and being out there in the world. And then you have DJ Quick, who is still in the world, and that whole balance of life, right? So like, how do I show up as a husband? And I think Monique said some really great things, saying, you know, that sometimes people see and be like, oh, well, that person's a great provider, you know, but you know, we as women and as wives, like we want more. And it's not, and I don't think this is too much to ask, but we want to make sure that all of those things are balanced. So with the success of career, with being able to, if you are retired, right? And so therefore, like, hey, I do want to see you engage with the kids even more. I do want to see you just have like a daddy daughter or a daddy son, whatever, like making sure that your intentions are always stayed on family values. So and not forgetting also about me as your wifey. So, you know, so I think that was a great scene, and that they could relate to one another in their marriages on multiple levels. So that was one of the positives for me. What about you?
I enjoyed seeing, and I think we talked about this earlier, Quick, he lost his dad at a pretty young age, I think 18. And so his manager stepped up and became a father figure for him, and basically keeps him on a straight and narrow path, make sure he doesn't overwork himself. And just, you know, he looks out for him. It looks like he looks out for him just like in his personal life and in his business life. And so I thought that was very positive to see. Black males interact that way.
Yes, yes. And I would say that that's been really good to see too, because like all of the husbands, or rather it's husbands meeting up, or mentors, that each of these guys have definitely sat down and had some very great positive interactions with one another. And
Mhm.
so I think that that's definitely been good to see, because the thing is that we don't really get to see that like in real life with men. Like, even if we were to go out, like we as women and we as wives going out with one another, like if we see a group of men, a lot of times we thinking that those men are probably single, or they trying to holler at you at some point or whatever. So like to actually kind of like be in the conversation of men, successful men, um, sitting down with one another and having these conversations about balance, and about the success in their careers. It's good. It's good to
Right.
see. Yeah,
It was good. Yeah.
definitely.
So
And
yeah,
man,
from them to the Quick and his manager to the guys just getting together in general. Quick, Jamie, and
and the other young fella,
Neil. Is that his name?
I'm not. What did you say?
I think Neil.
Neil. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good to see them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking about Quick, man. Like we like Quick has been in DC for a minute. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's been in our radio for so long.
for so long, and like to hear him talk about like I've worked myself to the point of being in the hospital. I was like, man,
Yeah.
whew, that's deep, man. Success is great, but success can definitely be a killer. And stress
That's,
will kill you.
I was wondering because it was like, okay, we have CIAA coming up, the basketball tournament, which is generally like a weekend thing. So it's like it runs from like Friday to like a Sunday or whatever. And for him to
Hmm.
say he has 15 events booked, and I'm like, what? Where? What time? I mean, I'm in my mind, I think, okay, Friday through Sunday, I'm a DJ Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, like each
Hmm.
night. But apparently he's DJing like 4 and 5 times a day each day. So
Yeah,
it's like, wow.
yeah. That's
No, the check
that's
is good, but that's a lot.
that is a lot. That is a lot. So we're rooting for you, Quick, but we want you to balance that life out, for yourself. Because the thing is that at the end of the day, you can't be, no matter how successful you are, you can't be successful in your grave. Period. And so not trying to put death on you, but I think that God gives us many warnings. And so when we don't slow down, it's just like, come on. I've given you multiple warnings. You got to slow down. You got to say no to some things. And
Mm.
I think that just a lesson in life that we have to make sure that, that everything is, you know, well, I'll say this, and I say this all the time, that all money isn't good money. Even if there's nothing wrong with the event, like the event can be a positive event. It could be a philanthropist type of event, but I just if it
A
comes to,
work life balance is important.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
so when it comes to my health over, when it comes, yeah, because you got to, the thing is that you're not only showing up for yourself, you're showing up for your family too. So you're showing up for your wife, you're showing up for your kids.
Okay.
So yes, we got to do better with that, Mr. Quicksilver, or DJ Quicksilver, sorry. So yes.
Every day,
So
big silver. I think that's how it goes, right? But so I mean, it wasn't much going on in this episode. We did get to see Chris sit down with Winter's husband,
mm-hmm.
Kevin.
Something like that, I think.
Where Kevin been at? Kevin, he been in the sun. He looked deep fried.
I don't know.
Don't you know, like when when you see people and they go like in the tanning booth like too much, and
Yeah.
their skin starts to look like hard and crispy, like no, for real, it starts to look like your complexion is not even a complexion anymore. It's like a I don't know. He just looked
Yeah.
like barbecue chicken to me.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't know, this conversation that occurred between him and Chris, you know, it was like
He, he's what I got out of it is that he's scamming them folks. That's what I got out of it. He was stealing
yeah,
people's money, going on vacation.
Things weren't adding up. I was just like, I'm confused. Like I was literally, I was like, what did he say? Wait, what's going on? What is this? Like what? And so, and then of course they had the little time lapse going on.
Yes.
Like he's been there just the whole time, just to, you
Yeah,
know, just taking it away and eating up Chris's time. And Chris believes him. Chris was like,
when somebody talks to you for that long in a circle, and it kind of like the conversation just goes from, it kind of even doesn't even stay on the same subject. It just goes from one place all the way to somewhere else, and they just talk you around like that. That's how you know. That's when you know that they're lying. It's like, where did this conversation go? Like they be trying to confuse you. Like they just keep. Kevin.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I want to. What's his business? What business was it? Did he say?
I'm not sure what his business was. I don't
From
know.
the company. So I'm trying to figure out, like, did he work for a company and was stealing the company's money, or was he like supposed to be the owner of a company and was stealing the money from the company?
Yeah. We gonna have to wait till that continues to unravel. But like I said, I was looking at the scene and all I just heard.
And then him and Winter talking about apparently they married pretty quickly. Yes. After they met, and they were having sex like 5 times a day or some mess.
Oh, I thought she said up to 8 times a day. I said, whoo.
Oh, yeah. Dog. How is that possible? I mean,
I guess if you got your own business, maybe that's what the problem was. Wasn't doing that business and not doing.
He was stealing the money. He wasn't doing no work. He was stealing the money, and so he had time to have sex 8 times a day.
Right.
But he was having sex with her 8 times a day to distract her from the fact that he didn't really have no money. He was stealing the money from the company.
Yeah.
He was probably hoping to get a little bit of her ex-football husband's check, like alimony or whatever he pays her, the child support. He probably was trying to get a little bit of that. And he was like, I'm just gonna sex this lady up 8 times.
Not sex her up.
8 times a day, and hopefully she'll forget like that. I'm broken.
Maybe the 8 times a day was that because he's 60 something or whatever. So maybe the 8 times.
That's another thing. I was like,
maybe the 8 times a day is that he's not. She might want longer, and he can only give it to her. And
or maybe he popped the Viagra, and it's like, okay, once he popped the Viagra, it's on. Like we're gonna keep
keeping on.
Yeah. But like I said, it was just right. Like MC, like it was just a distraction from the fact that he said he had a basement apartment, but he was really living in his parents' basement. It was a distraction. She was stigmatized.
Oh gosh. So talking about that now. So fast forwarding to the dinner, because this did come up about his apartment. Mm-hmm. A lot of things that happened at Monique's.
Yeah, that's fast forward to the dinner, because that was the most. But go ahead.
So, do you think that when she stated, like, I didn't know that he lived in his bar, he told me he had this, but he ended up coming. It ended up being that he lived in his parents' basement. And so she said, well, you never asked him. And so I'll say this. I do know Winter to be a Christian believer. And the only thing I'm going to say about that is there's the possibility of her wanting to, stay true to her faith, of not going over, especially if they sexting that much, of not going over his house, to refrain from that until they were married, which is also possibly why they got married quickly.
So you think they would start having sex 8 times a day after they got married? This wasn't a before they got married thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's and again that's possibly also why they got married very quickly. Unfortunately, there are a lot of Christian believers that do that. They'll go, well, I don't want to sin and like sleep before I'm married, or whatever. So if this guy is really serious about me, then we'll just get married, not
Mm,
knowing everything. Now, she did say that she's a relationship coach. Like I said, I'm very familiar with Winter, with her work.
mm,
And at the end of the day, I think that we all need to understand that even in the most wise and knowledgeable things that I know that Winter gives or
mm,
has given, that there's still some accountability that she has to hold. I always say that there are very, 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 very minimum of men that's got that manipulation game down to a T, where
mm.
they can snatch up a woman and like snatch her soul. Like, but most women intuitively know, like, okay, there's a sign there, but we choose to ignore it, right?
Mm.
I say we, speaking in general.
Yeah.
But so my thing is, I think that there had to have been some signs at some point where, yeah. Now, the other thing is, I don't know, maybe the parents was like, no, you're not going to bring her into our home, or you're not going to bring her and whatever unless you marry her. You just we don't know. Like, I would
I,
love for Winter to, so when she came, when Ashley asked her, she said, well, you didn't ask either. I would like for Winter to say her reason, like, well, the reason why I didn't.
but that don't even make sense. Like if he said that I have a basement apartment,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what were her question? What did Ashley want her question to be to him? Like, you have an basement apartment, or you live in your parents' basement? Is that what she's saying? She wanted her to say? Like he said what he had, and she just believed him. So why? I don't get what Ashley wanted her to ask.
Well, I don't know. I think
mean,
that she.
I was kind of with Ashley on some things, but that in particular, like you didn't ask, like what was she supposed to ask? Like I'm just saying, like when you meet someone, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've been out the dating game for so long, but what do you say? It's like, so where do you live? Do you live with your parents or do you live alone? Like, is that a question? Or if someone just, or you say to
I feel
someone,
like, yeah, I feel like you would, but I feel like you would eventually know. So, like I said, he really must have, because my husband lived with his mom before we got married, right? And so I knew that. I mean, I knew his living history because we were friends for many years first, for many
that's the,
years.
yeah.
So the thing is, I just believe that Ashley is probably saying, like, how do you not know, especially when you marry someone that
I
early in
think
your.
her question really probably should have been, or really her thought process was that y'all moved so quickly that you didn't even know where this man lived at.
Mm,
That's what it was given to me.
mm-hmm.
But for her to say, but did you ask? Like, I was like, well, what's the question? Like,
Yeah.
so do you live in your dad's basement or your parents' basement? Like, I just think that's just an odd, just pull from the sky question. So if he's just saying, yeah, so, if they're meeting or they're on a date or whatever, and he's just like, yeah, I just decided to cook dinner in my basement apartment or whatever. Like just how he presented it. It just depends on
Mm,
how he presented it. And then does she go further and say, so you live in your parents' basement? Or when you say basement
right.
apartment, does that mean you have roommates or somebody lives upstairs or is it your parent? Like I don't even know. But
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
caught
think
with
it.
I with Ashley. I think Ashley was just trying to say like y'all moved too fast. So you didn't even know where he lived at.
Yeah, and I mean, and also Ashley has made it known that Winter is not her cup of tea either. So I
Yeah,
think that she was just the moment to probably dig, like, because she was like, Winter is like, oh no, we don't touch those things. And for that, and then I was like, I don't think Winter gives off that energy. I do believe that Winter is a non nonsense type of person, and I think that she is like, hey, listen, I can read a room and I can know when something is not for me or who's not for me. And yeah, so
Are
I
you a
don't
team?
know. Huh?
So are you team Winter?
Yeah, and I'm probably a little biased because again, like I said, I know Winter, like not personally like that, but I'm familiar. I've been following her online for some years.
Now,
So
while I think that Ashley is a bit of a bully, I might be team Ashley
mhm.
right now. Anyway.
Yeah. I think that Ashley has like her she has her moments. I think I enjoy her most when she and Quick are talking,
Mm.
but when it comes to kind of or like yeah, just kind of her, I enjoyed her conversation with her and Monique as well. So I think it would be good to be able to see if her and Winter. But the thing is like I don't think that Winter's done anything to Ashley for Ashley to go. She's just like, I mean, this is the thing. Yes, everybody isn't everybody's cup of tea, but my question would be to Ashley is why though? Like
Ah,
what would be your what did Ashley, I mean what did Winter do to Ashley to say because the
I
thing
don't
is
think she
that you can be cordial. Like she didn't even when we were at when she came in and walked whatever, like Ashley didn't even speak to Winter, right? So my thing is like you don't have to be, we don't gotta be each other. We don't gotta lead this process and be BFFs, but
mm,
I mean to be respectable, to be cordial, to be, you know, like, and again, she's going through this situation. And like I said, and nobody else at that table wanted to have a question answered but Ashley. And it was just like, okay. So I feel like you're kind of doing this like dig thing to like I don't know, like, I don't know, it's becoming like this like catty thing where you want for Winter to come out of character towards
I
you.
think that I think that's kind of what it is. It's like I think she feels like Winter is too. It's I think she thinks Winter is fake.
Hmm. And I don't really get that. The thing is how is someone fake when they literally on the first episode gave their whole life story? I mean, not their whole life story, but she was very transparent and was like, "Hey, listen, like this is whatever." And they were both, her and Arena were looking like, okay, like we didn't need to know
Yeah, I
all
don't
that.
think that
But
she doesn't think
I don't
she's
know, like what? So
transparent.
how do you gather?
I think she thinks she's transparent, but I don't think I
Mhm,
think she thinks she's fake. Like her personality is fake. Even
mhm.
well, I don't know. I
I
can't. We
don't
haven't
know if
seen
I get
enough
that.
episodes. I haven't seen enough of them interact, and I don't know enough about the one. But that's just what I'm getting from it. I just think that just her vibe. She has a. She's just. She's. I think she comes off as fake to her. To me, I
Right.
don't know. I
And
mean, that would be for us to ask
maybe
Ashley.
right. I'm wondering if it's the relationship coach type of um like a persona. Like
The
maybe she feels like that, because definitely when Winter, first of all, Winter is a very beautiful woman.
I agree.
And so therefore, is it possible that there is some insecurities within Ashley that like when Winter does step into the room,
Mm.
is it that her power, from the power of her beauty to the power of her personality, it might just intimidate her, but she,
I
but
think it's clear. I think Ashley thinks very highly of herself. So as far as looks,
yeah, but you can think highly of yourself and still, and the right person can walk in a room and you can feel small. You know what I'm saying? So
mm,
that's
yeah,
because it doesn't really make sense until they have something where it's like, oh, okay, well, then it's just really given either possibilities, possibly jealousy. And of course somebody might say, well, she might say, why would I be jealous of her? She's on two failed marriages or whatever, da, da, da. But that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything, because guess what, even in the midst of her separation / possibly divorce right now, you know, what do you call it? Winter does have her career. She has a lot going for herself. Where Ashley, that's a struggle. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, even though Ashley has those things, it takes very minimum for a woman to feel insecure because this woman has this over you. You know? So again, she can be confident, she can have the marriage, she can have the children, where Winter doesn't have any of that. But at this point, Winter seems to have the freedom of the career, so she doesn't have, so whereas Ashley's fighting for that, to be like, well, you know, I want to be able to run my businesses and whatever. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to, you know, she's fighting it because she feels like her life, in a sense, is revolved around Quick. And this Quick and the kids, Quick and the kids, Quick and the kids,
I
Quick and
mean,
the kids.
I mean, it's more. I mean, we have to see. I don't want to put that on her. But, you know, I go hard for my people.
Renaissance Ronnie with her Team Destiny, Team Ashley. She likes.
That's
She
why I
likes
say,
the
you know, I go
rebels.
hard for my people.
Right.
I
She
mean,
loves the rebels.
I mean, you know, devil's advocate.
Yes. Oh, girl, you that. That's all good.
So yeah, we're not. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We still got a whole season. What's it, episode 2?
Mm-hmm.
It's still a little boring, but we'll get. It hopefully it'll pick up.
Yeah. Yes. It definitely. Yeah, it needs to pick up. But the other big thing that, well, I'll say that did happen at that dinner is when Monique began to talk about her, I guess, not feeling like she was supported during the time in which she was sick,
Yeah,
and
she had COVID.
yeah, she pretty much kind of outed Chris at the dinner table. And he was like, "Oh no, I'm getting upset now." Like his whole energy changed real quick. He was like, "Now I'm about to ruin it." I was like, "Ooh, Chris." So you know,
Like, wait a minute, I ain't help you. I just because it really was given like I was up in the room dying, and you just didn't even knock on the door and say, "Y'all want some? You want some water?"
Right.
Like she just
Yeah.
made it seem like they just completely abandoned her.
Yeah. He was like, "Roll the tape back," and they was like, so yes, she admitted that she should have said it better. That, you know, this is what she meant when she stated that. She said in the very beginning she didn't feel that way, that she was being served in a way in which she thought that she should have been. But once she said something, that he did, you know, do something. So I think that what Monique was really trying to say was that, you know, should it take, if I'm in this situation, should it take me having to say something instead of you just already acting out of your heart concern to say, "Oh, my wife is sick, like I need to, you know, whatever." So
You know, I think sometimes wives, well, at least I'll say I'm guilty of this. It's like I want the same energy. Like when it's you who are sick, like I go above and beyond.
oh yes,
And then when
over
I'm
the
sick, it's
moon.
just like you're doing the bare minimum. And it's like you know what? This stuff irks my nerves so bad that it's the smallest things. Like I get very upset when I ask Johnny, like if he asks me, "Have you seen my keys?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't seen your keys." And then I get up and help him find his keys.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse the situation. I'm like, "Have you seen my keys?" And he like, "Nah." And he just watches TV. And it's like, I don't know why that irks me so bad. It's
Yeah.
like, give me
Yeah.
the same energy. Like, be ready to, call a search party for my keys.
Right. Yeah. Well, naturally we are nurturers, and we are, you know, we have that, like that's in us to be that way. And for them it's like, you know, that's not their normal.
Right.
So yes, they, in a sense, kind of, they have to be continuously trained, and I hate to say trained,
But
but
that's what
like, yeah, like you have to like
reminded.
continuously say, "Hey, these are my wants, These are my needs, and this is where I need for you to do XYZ. So but Chris did explain himself. He was really upset. And so, he did tell her to hush up.
It was a hush up day because Jamie, if I'm not mistaken, Jamie told Raina to zip it too.
I don't remember that. When? At the dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang.
Now,
I don't know how I missed
what
that
were
one.
what they were talking about,
Mhm.
why he told her to zip it, I cannot remember. But he definitely told her to zip it. And the reason why I can confirm that he told her to zip it is because he is now selling t-shirts that say zip it.
Oh.
Not just any t-shirt, $100 t-shirts. T-shirts for $100 a pop that Granny probably iron press some lips on it that say zip it.
Not I'm impressed. Oh, okay. See, yeah, I didn't hear that.
He
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't like that. I don't. Like, I mean,
I
I'm
don't
all
like
about
him. He telling her
get
to
your
zip it,
hustle
and I
on.
don't like him capitalizing off of it either.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, get your hustle on, but I don't know about that. Not that hustle. Yeah. We're not gonna just be capitalizing off the disrespect.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not
It's
team
like
that.
Marceau selling the shirt saying, Tisha, you need to figure that out for yourself.
Oh my
You
God.
need to ask yourself that question. Like,
Yeah.
but
What he yeah, but yes, so so the that whole thing, so the difference, what I would say, between the zip it and the hush it, or hush up, is that we did see that Chris and Monique did come to a point, because she was definitely offended. She was like, oh, what the and he was just like, all right, let me bring it back. My apologies. And she apologized, he apologized, they kissed it out, whatever. And then, Quick and Ashley, in their confession, it was like, oh yeah, that's just normal arguments, which, it's, I don't, my husband never told me to hush it. Like, I don't know. He's never told me to like hush up or hush it or zip it or any of that. He, like, if anything, he'll be like, all right, Mo. All right, Mo. Like, like, he'd be like, I like earlier today, he was just like, because I always tell him, one of the things that we're always working on is, my husband, he can definitely be like he always likes to help me when I don't need help. And I know people, probably wives, be like, what? And I'm like, no, like, he always likes to help me when I don't need help. So I always tell him, like, listen, like, babe, I'm always going to be able to communicate with you when I need your help. And so I was doing this, like I'm rearranging my freezer. So I have like these bins where I have like my frozen fruit and all this stuff. And he was like, we have another freezer. And he said, oh, I have an idea. I said, oh, I didn't ask for your help. So, and he was like, but you didn't hear me out. I was like this. I said, no. I had my vision for the freezer. And I need it. He's like, but you didn't hear me out. I said, no, I don't need your help in this. I needed your help with this, and this, and I'm good now. He's like, but you didn't even hear me out. And I was just like, again, remember what I said. I told you that I will always ask for your help when I need it. He's like, all right, you got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I know.
And she just kept saying, you got it. And I was like,
you got it.
am I not telling the truth? Huh?
No, I was singing Usher.
Oh, yeah. So, so no, I've never gotten the hush up, whatever. Like, and the same thing, vice versa. Like, I've never told him to hush up, be quiet, or shut up, or any of those things. Like,
I don't think he's ever had to tell me to hush up, because I don't have a problem with hushing up, like, on my own.
Yeah. So yeah, man. I don't know. Like, what do y'all think? Like, tell us in the like, has your spouse, or like, if you grew up in a household that like your mom and dad got into it? Like, I do remember like my grandparents like being like, my papa be like, hush up, hussy. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, and then they just like go back and forth. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I don't know, like I don't.
I mean, I
That
think,
wasn't like my environment like that.
yeah, I don't remember. I do. I can remember even to this day, like my dad saying, "Let me speak." Like, so that's basically like saying, "Be quiet."
Yes, because
But
women,
or
we
or
do
can I
once we
say,
start going.
right? Or he'll say like, "Can I talk?" He'll do that, but I
Yes.
don't ever recall.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Tony's always like, "Can I finish? Can you let me finish? You didn't let me finish." I was like this.
and it's
Oh, I
given.
don't want.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to hear it.
yeah, yeah. No,
But
I'm not.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. No, no, no. So
yeah,
I don't. Yeah, y'all can leave that in the comments whether or not. Well, just have you ever been told to hush up or be quiet or shut up, or and how do you
yeah,
feel about it? Like, how
yeah.
would you feel if your man or woman told you to hush up, zip it? I mean, because we have some wives who say, "My man said be quiet, I be quiet."
Yeah,
I'm not that girl, but yeah.
yeah. Not I.
Like I said, I have no problem being quiet on my own because I like I will shut down in a minute and just be like,
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So anyway, so yeah, like we're still trying to fill this show out. Hopefully,
yeah,
hopefully some things will pick up, and but I will say that it is good seeing all of the positive things, and like shout out to Monique with the WPGC. Congrats to
hey,
her. We're seeing a lot
that's
of good
some
stuff, and nothing wrong with seeing like we're all about the positives for sure. um
just being from
but
the area. It was good to put some faces to the voices. Like
mhm.
I think I've seen Guy Lambert before, but I didn't know
Yeah,
what what's his name? The other guy with the deep voice.
with
I didn't
yeah, hmm,
I had never seen him before.
yeah,
So it's nice to see what people look like. That's always on that you hear all the time
all
on
the
your
time on the radio. Hmm.
mhm.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah,
uh,
guys, we're not gonna keep y'all any longer. Tell us what you all are thinking about
yes.
love and marriage, DC.
Because I keep wanting
Are
to say
you feeling it? Are y'all still saying it? Are you still rooting for it? What do y'all want to see? Who do you feel like that's going to be like BFFs, and who do you think is going to run into some trouble?
because we got a new
And
couple that was introduced, Neil and Tasha.
yeah, now are they going to be a part of it, or they kind of like a Cedric and like from what you call
Uh,
like I feel like this probably
Rob,
just a pop in. They probably didn't really want to commit like that, so probably due to
yeah,
some
probably.
scheduling or just like yeah. So, but again, it's always good to see powerful Black couples and really really going through and living life, um, and trying to figure it all out. So, but yes, so thank you for joining us. We will see you the following week, and as always, love up on that like button,
Button.
subscribe, and share, share, share. Until next time, we out. Peace.